Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, looks like, I guess pretty much since I've actually gone over the massive amount of madness this month but now with not just both Jurassic World Dominion and of course Lightyear for this month, and let's not forget to mention a whole lot of other stuff that I actually got out for, of course, this month for sure. I guess it's about time that I would go ahead and get myself a bit more laid back for today's thoughts video right about now. And I gotta say, for today's movie right about now, I say we're in for a real treat that would get me laid back for sure. And yeah, probably by the time I'm recording this, I just literally came back just about an hour ago from seeing this movie, which, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, is probably the latest I've actually been to actually see a movie on the big screen, but hey, I still think it's actually well worth it regardless right about now, and yeah, now that I've officially came back from it, I might as well go ahead and talk about it, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so I guess for today's movie right about now, yeah, I mean, interesting enough, this may come as a big surprise for all of you, which is a little bit unexpected for me to talk about for today's movie. I guess right about now, we're actually going to be doing something a bit more laid back for sure, and I think I must ask you one simple question. Who's up for me talking about the latest movie, which is basically a biopic on pretty much the king of rock and roll himself? Yeah, I think you can pretty much get the clear picture on, of course, what I'm going to be talking about for today's thoughts video, and hey, this better have a good reason why I've decided to see this instead of Black Phone for this weekend. To which, yeah, I won't lie, I did hear good things about the lager that I actually mentioned, but hey, just to save me time right about now, I guess I might as well talk about this movie right about now, just to see what goes down for sure. But yeah, I guess for today's movie right about now, we're actually going to be diving into something a bit more laid back for sure, and since after talking about pretty much spending some time with dinosaurs with Jurassic World Dominion, sort of, and also carrying out a pretty good origin story on, of course, Buzz Lightyear with, of course, Lightyear, I think it's about time that, of course, we get ourselves laid back and talk about a biopic that has been delayed numerous times for sure because of the pandemic, and of course, it finally saw the light of day after quite a long time right about now, and like I said, it is basically a biopic centered around the king of rock and roll himself, so yeah, I guess it's actually quite fitting that I would go ahead and talk about it, so yeah, but for those who don't right about now, we're going to go ahead and dive into the long-awaited movie that finally saw the light of day after quite a long time of delays and schedule changes and stuff, and even production shut down because of COVID for sure. And yeah, that is a true story when you actually research this movie for sure. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it will actually speak for itself more than I do right now. But yeah, nevertheless, we might as well go ahead and talk about the latest biopic that had just recently came out this weekend, which is none other than Elvis. So yeah, I guess it's quite fitting that I would actually talk about it here today, and, well, I just got back from, of course, seeing it right around earlier tonight when I'm actually recording this, and I might as well give out my thoughts on this one, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Well, I guess I'm all out, so, but hey, good thing I got a backup just in case, so yeah, anyways, on to business. So yeah, I guess about anything in regards to, of course, today's movie about how pretty much a bit of a background history that I would probably get out beforehand, and given to, of course, this movie Elvis being a biopic, yeah, believe it or not, it is, of course, centered around, of course, well, the king of rock and roll himself, Elvis Presley. So yeah. And I guess there's no doubt in my mind that we all know exactly who Elvis Presley is. And by all means, who doesn't know who Elvis Presley is? I mean, yeah, I guess if anything, his music is actually really fun to listen to, and even get a really good dance vibes just listening to it for sure. And yeah, and of course, not to mention, he has actually left a really interesting legacy that has still been carried out for, of course, for plenty of years, even after his passing for sure. So yeah. And of course, as I actually mentioned, there's no doubt in my mind that Elvis Presley is in fact pretty much the king of rock and roll himself. Sort of similar to how, well, pretty much one good example I could give, Michael Jackson is basically the king of pop, for example, to which, yeah, I think you could pretty much get the clear picture on, of course, the hang for sure. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that Elvis Presley is, of course, a really recognizable, pretty much, individual, let alone music artist that has been carried out for many decades for sure, and even nowadays for sure. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say for, of course, Elvis Presley for sure. And I guess in all honesty, I didn't expect for him to get his own biopic very recently, which, yeah, has been in the works for quite some time now. And yeah, like I said, has been shut down, has production shut down a good amount of times because of COVID, which, yeah, I won't lie, is actually a massive bummer for sure. But needless to say, I'm actually really quite interested to see on how that'll go for sure. I mean, I guess in all honesty, there's a really good amount of music artists over the years that have actually got their own biopics very recently. Like, of course, Queen with Bohemian Rhapsody, which is actually really good, and of course, NWA with Straight Outta Compton, to which sadly I didn't see, but I did hear great things about it. And yeah, that's just to name a few that I could think of at the top of my head for sure. So yeah, needless to say, I'm actually really quite curious to see on how Elvis Presley would do with his own biopic that is now officially been out very recently after quite a long time of waiting. And yeah, of course, I think seeing of how this is probably the latest I've actually been seeing a movie, I of course actually did have the privilege to go and see the film for sure. So yeah, and of course, now that I've officially got back from, of course, seeing it, I guess the only question remains, what do I think of this movie overall? Well, I'm not gonna lie, consider me actually impressed with it. Yeah, I'm actually not kidding on, of course, this one. Everything from what I'm actually seeing, I enjoyed this movie all the way. Yeah, you heard it right there, from my own mouth for sure. I actually really do like this movie right about now. Is it the best I've actually seen? No, but for what it is, I actually really do like this movie for what it is, and I actually had a good time seeing it. And again, it's a bit more laid back compared to, of course, the others I've seen earlier this month. So yeah, needless to say, I actually really do enjoy this movie. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, I think now that I've got the short version out of the way, might as well do what I normally do in these thoughts videos and just, well, go over everything that I need to talk about for, of course, this one. First of all is, of course, the story, and I'm not gonna lie, I think they actually gave out a really structured and really balanced out story for, of course, this movie for sure. And I guess for what it is, it actually is mainly focused on, of course, Elvis Presley's career, not his entire life, but his career for sure. To which, yeah, I guess if anything, pretty much of anything, I do think that is in fact the main focus for, of course, this movie for sure, and that's actually one that I really do admire all the way, because when you actually want to see a movie on Elvis Presley, you actually do want to see him focus mainly on his career for sure, and how he's actually got the title of the King of Rock and Roll, how he actually got his inspiration to do music and stuff, and that's just to name me a few right about now. So yeah, I guess for what it is, I really do love the way on how well structured out this movie is for sure. Pretty much going all the way to how he got his start in his music career, all the way until his passing sometime later in 1977. So yeah, I guess for what it is, I really do love the way on how well they structure out this story for sure. So yeah, and let's not forget to mention, I really do love on how well crafted the film's writing is, I have to say. Everything from what I'm actually seeing really is structured out nicely well, and really does fit in well to, of course, not just Elvis Presley himself and everything else around him, but also the time period in which this movie takes place for sure, and how it's actually evolved over time as the movie progresses. Sure, I will admit there are some parts in this movie, since I know for the fact that since it is a biopic, I would expect a good number of areas to actually be true and accurate for sure, which we did actually get that, but more on that later. But at the same time, I do felt that maybe some parts of it are a little bit false, and they decided to pretty much the people making this movie wanted to throw that in just as a pretty much a good amount of fiction for sure, but hey, I think it's what you normally expect for people making biopics for sure. Yeah, sometimes it's better to have facts more than fiction for sure. So, but yeah, but hey, what can you do right about now? So yeah, I guess needless to say, the story and the writing, I have to say, really is structured out and nicely crafted for sure. May need a little bit of improvement, but I still think they did a fine job with it regardless. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so now that I've got the first two out of the way, might as well go ahead and go right on to the next couple things, and of course this movie, and of course we might as well talk about the characters, and yeah, I guess I know, since it is in fact a biopic for sure, they will of course have the characters be actual figures that they're actually representing for, of course, this movie for sure. Yeah, mainly on how they're portrayed in real life for sure, and I gotta say, I really do get a good kick out of course, these characters for sure. Every single one of them I've actually seen on screen. I really do love on how likable and interesting they all are, and I really do love a really good sense of development they've actually give to all of them for sure, and yeah, just by seeing them on screen, I really do get a kick out of course, seeing these characters, and I really love how well established they are and how they've grown over time for sure. So yeah, I guess for what it is, I really do admire on how well they portray the characters in, of course, this movie, and of course, I will have to say, the actors playing all these characters for sure, my god, they really pulled off some really fantastic performances, I have to say. I dare even say they're pretty much almost, well, Oscar-worthy in my opinion. So yeah, and of course I should mention pretty much a couple characters I should address right about now, or a couple of actors playing a couple of characters in, of course, this movie is pretty much it's quite obvious. Tom Hanks as Elvis' manager, Colonel Sanders, and I have to say, I really do love on how well Hanks has actually portrayed Sanders for sure, and yeah, I guess for well, yes, I really do get a good kick out of course, seeing him on screen for sure. And yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I would say on that. But personally, in my opinion, I say the one that really does stand out the most, in my opinion, would definitely have to be Austin Butler as Elvis Presley himself. Yeah, I think the way he actually portrayed the king of rock and roll himself, my God, he does it flawlessly well, and I really do love on not only on how he looks like Elvis Presley from what I'm actually seeing on screen, but also on how he portrayed him for sure. And yeah, I gotta say, Austin Butler really did a fine job, and of course portraying Elvis perfectly well, and I really do get a good kick out of course, seeing him as Presley himself. I can tell he really did his homework going into, of course, this movie for sure, and it really does show. And yeah, pretty much from what I'm actually seeing, I'm glad he actually did a fine job with, of course, his portrayal, of course, this movie all the way. It's really fun to watch, and I really do admire it all the way. He really nailed it out of the park right now. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say for, of course, those two that I cannot think of. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, now that I've got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Well, quite a whole lot, actually, to which, yeah, I should address this right now, is, of course, pretty much the next thing I should mention is, of course, the direction of course, this movie all the way. So, and yeah, I should mention this about how this movie is in fact directed by of course Baz Luhrmann, who's also giving us some films that he has done, which also did turn out pretty well, depending on who you may ask. Those being his take on William Shakespeare's well-known romance, Romeo and Juliet, and even a couple other films that he actually mentioned. That he's directed for sure, like not only on how he redefined Shakespeare with Romeo and Juliet, but also how he redefined movie musicals with Moulin Rouge, and even directing a well-known classic, that being The Great Gatsby. Now, I'll be honest, I did see a good number of areas of his take on Romeo and Juliet, and I just didn't like the way he actually he's actually done the hag for sure, which, yeah, I will have to admit is kind of a big off for sure, which, yeah, just by seeing that alone just really doesn't scream Shakespeare for sure. And I will admit, I don't have any problem with, of course, Moulin Rouge for sure. I just wish that maybe a good number of areas could have been a whole lot better for sure, but it's not by all means a bad film, by all means. It's probably just a guilty pleasure of mine, and I haven't seen The Great Gatsby, but I heard really good things about it for sure, so I might check that one out for sure. So yeah, I guess with all three of these films I actually mentioned, I'm not really that into all three of them, but I do understand that there's a good number of people that actually do like them for sure. But for the direction he is give for, of course, this movie, my God, it is just outstanding for sure. And I really love how well he's actually directing this movie all the way. And yeah, appropriately enough, it actually does fit in well to, of course, his style of filmmaking, and even also blends in perfectly well with, of course, both the tone and the pacing for, of course, this movie, which, I won't lie, is absolutely brilliant, hands down. And I love the way on how well he's actually done it for, of course, this one. It is that great, in my opinion. So yeah, that's how much I really do love Baz Luhrmann's direction for, of course, this movie. It really does show all the way. I'm really glad that he's a good fit to, of course, direct this one, and yeah, I really do admire it all the way. It is that great for sure. So yeah, and of course, pretty much now that I've got those two out of the way, on to the rest of heaven house. So yeah, I really do love on how well composed this movie's score is with some brilliant music, and I also do love the way they actually do blend in perfectly well with, of course, Elvis Presley's well-recognizable songs that he has crafted throughout his entire time, for sure, which, yeah, does fit in well to, of course, what I'm actually seeing for sure, and of course, let's see, what else, oh yeah, I think I also do love on how well shot this film is, with some really good cinematography for sure, and yeah, I really do love on how well caught up this film is through some fantastic editing, and again, it does fit well to, of course, the film's really nice tone and pacing for sure, and yeah, that's just to name a few right now, and oh yeah, let's not forget to mention, I really do love on how well visually the film is, with some yeah, with not only some really good set pieces they threw into it, making it look like you're actually there for sure, but I really do love the nice color scheme they threw into, of course, this one, that perfectly does match the time period this movie actually takes place in, for sure. That, I have to say, is brilliantly well done, for sure. And of course, the most important thing that I can say right about now, yeah, I will admit there are some parts of it that are completely false and are just nothing but fiction, of course, this movie. But needless to say, I say they really did a fine job in capturing the entire career of Elvis Presley himself, which really does show all the way. I'm really glad they did it. It is that good for sure, and yeah, I guess with all that said and done, that actually does show on how much I really like this movie all the way. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. So yeah, I guess with all that said and done, that's how much I actually really do like this movie right now. But the only problem I actually do have with, of course, this movie for sure is that I will admit, maybe I wish maybe a good number of areas would have been cut out for sure, just so that we can actually have a little bit of a short running time for sure, which, yeah, isn't saying a whole lot, because, yeah, pretty much a good number of Baz Luhrmann's films that he's directing are almost about the same length as, of course, this movie for sure. But yeah, maybe I think cutting up a good number of areas for sure would have actually made this movie a whole lot more shorter for sure. But hey, I can't deny it all the way. I'm sure they want to cram in as much as they can for, of course, this movie, and yeah, it still doesn't hurt one bit. I still love the way they actually turned out for, of course, this one. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that. So yeah, for my final thoughts on, of course, this film, I won't lie, I actually really do like this movie all the way. So yeah, overall, Elvis is, of course, yeah, it may not be pitch perfect all the way, but I actually do really like this movie for sure, and yeah, it does come close to being pitch perfect, but everything from what I'm actually seeing really is fun to watch, and I'm really glad they finally got this out for some time, and for what it is, it really does capture, of course, what made Elvis Presley so recognizable for sure, and again, why he's actually known as the king of rock and roll himself, that still carries on even to this day for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, it's pretty much what I can say for, of course, this one, and I know for sure that there are a really great number of people out there that are way older than I am, many of which are of course, senior citizens that actually did grow up with Elvis Presley for sure. So yeah, I think chances are I bet they're gonna like this movie more than I do right about now. But for me, I actually do really like this movie all the way, and I couldn't help but fully recommend this movie for what it is, and I'm really glad I saw it. So yeah, I guess if it's something up your alley, then by all means, go ahead and see this movie for yourself. it's actually well worth your time checking out, and I really do enjoy it all the way. So yeah, for my final score right about now, I'm of course going to give Elvis a really good, let alone almost outstanding 8.5 out of 10 as my final score. So yeah, like I said, it almost comes close to being pitch perfect, let alone a great film by all means, but I do think it's actually a really good one that is definitely worth your time checking out for sure. So yeah, and of course, with that being said, I think that's actually a good way to, of course, wrap up my series of movies for, of course, the month of June. For now, at least, I may or may not cram in one more just for the sake of it, but we shall wait and see. But for now, I'm actually really excited for the batch of movies that are going to be coming out for the month of July for sure. So yeah, I won't say what it is exactly, but I'm really quite excited to see on what goes down for, of course, the month of July for sure. And yeah, there are a good number of ones coming out for sure. So I'm excited to see on what goes down for sure. So yeah, I guess until then, definitely go see Elvis for yourself. I say it's well worth getting into if you're really in the mood to experience the life and career of the king of rock and roll himself. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and let me know in the comment section below if you have seen Elvis and what you thought about it, as well as, of course, leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, feel free to send me an email if you want to ask me any questions, or if you just want to book me for a con or event that'll be coming up sometime in the near future. Follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty of other social media sites that I have provided. All the links to them are down in the description box below. And of course, feel free to support me on Patreon if you want to see sneak peeks to videos that I got coming up in the near future, as well as some other awesome rewards that will help fit into your budget. And if you enjoyed today's video, then give it a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And speaking of my channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell and select all notifications if you want to see more videos like this coming up in the near future. So yeah, that'll pretty much do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest Fox video, and like I said, I'm excited to see on what goes down for what movies I'll go see for the month of July for sure, and boy is it gonna be a boatload for sure. So I'll do my best to pretty much go see and talk about as much as I can for that month for sure. But man, much like last year, looks like July right but now is going to be a real roller coaster of a month for sure in terms of movies for sure. So yeah, but I guess until then, and right up until my next video, I guess it's pretty obvious that good old Ackleyattack4427 might as well leave the building. So yeah, you pretty much get the idea, of course, that one. So yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. And of course, Ackleyattack4427 has left the building. Take care.